A new development in the Georgia grand jury probe into the 2020 election interference by the Trump campaign has some suggesting one juror's bias might have tainted the government's case.
So in a series of cable news interviews, the jury's forewoman casually joked about the grand jury that they're recommending indictments against multiple persons of interest on the case and that she was personally hoping to swear in former President Donald Trump to testify. Watch.
And so we're talking about multiple people.
Yes.
How long, how many people? Was this a long list?
It's not a short list.
So we're talking about more than a dozen people?
I would say that, yes.
Okay. Why do you want to speak out publicly?
And so I thought it'd be really cool to get 60 seconds with President Trump of me looking at him and being like, do you solemnly swear? And me getting to swear him in. I kind of just thought that would be an awesome moment.
Did the grand jury recommend an indictment of former President Trump?
I'm not going to speak on exact indictments.
Okay, but she said a lot there and kind of had some leanings in her answer. Her remarks there, that's Emily Kors, stunned legal experts across the political spectrum. Even The View's Sunny Hostin responded to those comments, making clear it's no joking matter. Watch this.
I was thoroughly enjoying the interviews, you know, like everyone else. I was giggling and cracking up and stuff. But then when I put my federal prosecutor hat on, I was like, oh no, she's compromising the integrity of the investigation.
Right.
Yeah, she's in charge there. It's baffling. The Fulton County District Attorney has yet to announce which individuals were named in the indictments, but you have to think, is the case now completely jeopardized at this point?
It's just so odd,
Speaking
right?
out, like, at the media with this, I mean, saying that, you know, it would be cool to be next to Trump, terrible advice, whoever told her to go and do interviews.
Yeah, and we'll see what the Trump response could be based on what could come, right? There's a lot of what could happen. So I guess stay tuned for it. But this is an interesting twist in the story. We're watching for it here on Newsmax. We're also watching this story for you. Republican lawmakers on the House Judiciary Committee today will host the Biden Border Crisis Part 2 hearing. That's going to take place later this afternoon in Yuma, Arizona. The committee will hear testimony about the impacts of illegal immigration on the Yuma community. However, Republicans will not be joined by their Democratic counterparts on the Judiciary Committee. Democrats on the committee boycotting the trip. They claimed they were not properly informed about it. Alabama Congressman Barry Moore is a Republican member on the House Judiciary Committee. He made a trip down to the southern border last night, and he joins us now. Congressman Moore, welcome to National Report. Thank you so much for taking the time. If we could just clear things up from the beginning, was everyone invited on this trip?
As far as I know, everybody was invited, Emma. So the Democrats had an opportunity to join us out here and actually address the problems that are facing the American people on the southern border, but they were all no-goes. You
chose Yuma, Arizona as the destination for this committee hearing. Tell me why, the significance behind it.
Well, they have a story to tell, just the number of encounters they've had over the last 3 years, the difference in what the Trump administration was doing for this community and what's going on now under the current administration is just, it's a remarkable story. It's a stark difference in how we manage the U.S. southern border. And so it's also easily accessible. We can get down, see some things, travel close to where we're staying. So some opportunities for us to get out. But again, it's just easy to listen to a story locally, understand the differences in a prior administration and a failed administration.
And we've seen Republicans travel to the border. They've seen it firsthand. They've spoken with Border Patrol agents to kind of get a sense of what goes on day to day. But we really haven't seen the president make a lot of trips to the border or experience it maybe as frequently as we've seen GOP lawmakers. What do you think he might gain from a trip to this part of the U.S. southern border?
Well, if nothing else, it just shows that he actually puts America first. We have a president who he globetrots. He goes around the world trying to solve other nations' problems and denies and ignores the problems right here in our very own country, whether it's East Palestine or the U.S. southern border. These are things that this administration could lead on, and they've turned a deaf ear and a blind eye to the American people and to the crises that we face here in this country.
What do you hope to learn from today's hearing? Are you going to hear from officials there who can give you firsthand accounts?
Yeah, we're going to learn a lot. And I think more importantly, we allow these, you know, the Democrats have been in charge since Biden was actually elected president. So the Judiciary Committee was ran by Jerry Nadler and the Democrats. And so what we have an opportunity now that Jim Jordan has brought the committee here is to actually leverage these hearings, to allow the American people to know what's going on And once you understand as the American people the crisis that we face here, whether it's the fentanyl encounters, the 20,000 children we have lost as they've come into this country unaccompanied, those are the kind of stories that we need to be telling the American people, that the media needs to cover, because the American people would be terribly upset to understand what's going on. And I tell everybody this, if nothing else, you take this away from the hearing, or at least from this hearing today, and maybe from future interviews, is that a closed border is a compassionate border. We cannot address immigration reforms in this country until we close this southern border and get a handle on what's going on down here.
So our Newsmax viewers are aware of the crisis at the southern border. We have a border correspondent who reports almost daily about what is happening when it comes to drug trafficking, human trafficking as well. But if folks have AT&T's DirecTV, they wouldn't be able to see that reporting after the decision to drop Newsmax from its platform. DirecTV says it's just a business dispute. Why do you think when conservative channels are deplatformed, it's only business, but liberal channels never really seem to be removed from the platform?
It's what we've known all along. A lot of the media in this country is controlled, and they're in the tank for the left. And when Newsmax actually speaks out, shares the truth, tries to push it out to the American people and to the citizens of this great nation, then their voice is quiet, much like many of the other conservatives in our country. And those, again, are issues we've got to address, Emma.
You know, back in 2021, House Democrats under then Speaker Nancy Pelosi wrote a letter to AT&T demanding that One American News, Newsmax, and Fox News be removed. Is it concerning to you that members of Congress, that 2 of those 3 channels have been removed, while we can't find any evidence of liberal channels with lower ratings being removed from those platforms?
It's absolutely concerning. That's what dictators do in nations. They quiet opposing viewpoints. That's what communist countries do. They don't have an opposing viewpoint. Anybody that's critical of leadership in those countries, they're snuffed out. They're quietened. They're pushed away. And that's exactly what Pelosi did when she wrote that letter. She's trying to quieten the opposing viewpoints. And honestly, a vast majority of the American people probably agree with our viewpoint. But the media's been in the tank for the left for some time, and Nancy's just driving that. She's just pushing an agenda to quieten those voices.
Well, we'll be watching the hearing today, and of course, we'll bring the latest to our viewers who tune in each and every day. Congressman Barry Moore, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Emma.
You got it. Take care.